Everything my way. Hello, everyone. So, welcome to the Oracle of the Future. I am the Oracle of the World. I haven't been on live in a while. This is not an ask me anything. This is actually a channel message for those of you who is in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and just don't know what's going on. I'm here to provide insight, information to you guys and also the world, and just to help you understand. So this is the channel message I got. Minneapolis, Minnesota, is going through a spiritual warfare. Okay, a lot of things is going on right now. There's ICE agents. There's the National Guard that has just been sent. There's people that has been killed there. There's just a lot of chaos going on. There's a lot of mayhem right now. So the first thing first, I'm getting that Minneapolis. For some reason, it's hard for me to say that word. But eventually I would get it. It's going through a spiritual warfare. Okay, there's something about Minneapolis, that goes through spiritual warfare. It's always something happening there. If you guys really look at the timeline of what happened 2020, that whole George Floyd thing, the whole riot thing happened, and when that happened in Minnesota, it started like a whole big thing across the world. Remember that? So there's something about that place specifically where a lot of chaos happened at a certain time period, to the time period that they choose. And you also have to pay attention to what the chaos is. It's either some type of brutality, some type of killing, some type of protest happening, some type of injustice is happening, okay, where there's a large gathering, a large crowd. Hello, Jack. Welcome. I'm doing a channel message on what's going on in Minnesota to help you guys understand what's going on. But yeah, it's always some type of large gathering over there. So this is what I'm getting. Minnesota or Minneapolis, that's the right term. It has some type of spiritual grid or a spiritual energy there that is very potent, and it's very potent at a certain time period. They use that spiritual grid, that spiritual energy, as some type of ideal or agenda. That's what the government use it for, right? A certain group of the government. I call them the crooks, okay? There's a lot of crooks within our government, okay? They have their own agenda. What I got with that is they want people to react a certain way so that they can administrate a certain plan. I don't know what the plan is right now, but I know that there is an agenda here. So that's being camouflaged right in our faces. And the people that stare in Minnesota, they don't know what's going on. They're just thinking that, oh my gosh, ICE just killed someone right in front of our face, and we clearly can see it's wrong on how they did it. It's injustice, and people can have debates, whatever, but people can see that it's wrong. People feel that. People that's there is feeling that. But the government, or it's like the energy is gaslighting people to react a certain way. Okay, it's the energy here, chaos. Okay, but I'm kind of getting whatever this a group of crooked people, their agenda is they want people a certain way so they can administrate a plan. But for some reason, people are not reacting how they want them to. That's not working for some reason. Another thing is, for me, from my perspective, I was able to see right through a lot of things, of like the different videos that's been shown on social media of the killings that happened so far, of like Renee Good, and this recently, I guess there's some type of nurse or doctor that got killed. All of that is fake, or orchestrated. It's not real. Okay, it's part of the agenda. It looks real. A lot of people think that these people actually died, but based off what I'm seeing through the energy, they're not dead. Okay, it's like it's part of the agenda. Okay, but more of that later on, where I will expose that. Okay, a lot of people in Minnesota are very, very shocked to the core. They don't know what's going on. There's a lot of chaos happening, but I'm kind of getting it's going to get a bit more chaotic, where a lot of things is going to be happening right in front of people's faces, that it's going to be caught on camera. We see it now, but it's going to get even worse. Right now the National Guard is there. Right now ICE is like there, and they're going to try to administrate martial law. That is their goal, to administrate martial law. That's what they always wanted. I already said that. They want for the whole world to shut down again, but it ain't gonna happen. They want martial law. The spiritual warfare is, people can't see what's happening, but they can feel it. So whoever, the people in Minnesota that's actually there, they feel it. They feel like something's wrong, something's off. Yes, we see the chaos like caught on video, but the people that's actually there, it's quite different for them versus people who's viewing it. Not there. Okay, they can actually feel what's happening. Okay. On the mayor in Minnesota, I don't trust him. There's something about him that's very masked. He's wearing two shadow forms of him. One is like presentable, and the other one is like, okay, so whatever that means. Okay, there's two shadow. The mayor is called Jacob Frey, or Frey Jacob, or something like that. That's the mayor of Minnesota. Do not trust him. There's something about a mask. He has two shadows. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. There's an agenda happening with crooked people within politician and the government, but there's also a spiritual warfare that people cannot see these spirits unless you are tapped in, but they can feel it. They feel something wrong, something is off. Okay, and they're going to start to see people misbehaving out of the ordinary, not just with ICE. You're going to see regular people acting very strange, okay, as if they're being possessed. I'm getting also that thing, shamans are going to be sent there. Spiritual people is going to be sent there, that's in the know, that knows about all this stuff, and they're going to be fighting off these spirits. Another thing. Oh, hello Tamara. Hello Jackie B. All right, Janae. I'm doing good. Hello, everybody. I'm just in my car. It's very hot. I'm doing a channel message, you guys, on what's happening in Minnesota. Okay, I got a channel message. Just wanted to break things off for you guys. But just know that there's going to be spiritual warriors, shamans, spiritual healers going in Minnesota. Put a finger or whatnot, or a heart, if you guys remember 2020, during the whole George Floyd thing, right around that time, like during the protesting, there was a lot of weird things happening. The first thing I remember is the monks always started walking. What did that remind you of? That's what happened this time. We saw videos of monks doing like a march, like walking. I gotta find that video on where that was, but we saw monks walking everywhere, like doing a peaceful walk, right? That's what came out. And then all this stuff happening in Minnesota just happened. That's exactly what happened in 2020. When the George Floyd thing happened, when the protesting happened, we saw the monks coming out. And then we saw something with the Amish around 2020. Remember, you guys got to pay attention to the context clues. All this happened during George Floyd 2020, and now it's happening again in 2026. Of the same type of energy where it's chaos and someone's dying, like very weirdly, very viral. You know, like it's causing fear. It's like fear is the main factor, right? But it's not just the fear, it's also like they lead a large audience, like a collective of people viewing this and paying attention to it, reacting to it in anger or fear, but people are not reacting the same way how they did in 2020. It's just something about people are not reacting the same way. Yes, there's people that's pissed, people that's sad, people that may be in fear, but it's not the same. The energy is not that potent as it was back then. So that's what's different, is the energy, but the chaos is still there. They choose Minnesota because of the spiritual grid there. There's some type of spiritual grid or spiritual energy that's very powerful. Maybe there's like a crystal there. I don't know. There's something there. That's like, there's a reason why they always choose Minnesota, Minneapolis. They always choose that place to start something off. It's like they're trying to like kill something, like it's like first of all, I'm hearing that Minnesota needs to have like a spiritual cleanse. But like I said, the spiritual warriors, the shamans are coming out. They're gonna be sent there. The one that knows about this stuff. That they don't talk about this in public because a lot of people don't know what this is. A lot of people don't believe in this stuff. But there's people that's in secret that knows about this stuff. They fight these type of things. They can see it. They know what's going on. They're going to be sent to Minneapolis because it's going to get worse. What we're seeing now is just the tip of the iceberg. We're just seeing, protests, and we're seeing ice, but it's going to happen amongst the people, and people going to understand like what's going on, what's happening, what the heck is happening here. But yeah, going back to the mirror, there's something about that mirror. It has like this person has two shadows, like one that presents to the public, and the other is like rubbing its fingers. So I don't trust that mirror. The Jacob Frey person, he's not the only one. And there's also some type of agenda by the government, like of like they want something to happen so they can issue something. It has to do with some type of plan. But while that's happening, there's spiritual warfare at the same time. It's weird. Hello, everyone that just joined. Nice to see everybody. Something about everything is coming to like a void, like a vortex, energy void, the void. You get, it's gonna get, there's something about Minnesota, it's gonna get crazy. Like, this is just the beginning. Like, yes, we're seeing ice there, and we're seeing how people are reacting because of ice behavior. They're acting very unusual. This anyway, the whole ICE organization is very bad. If you really pay attention to like their behavior. But that's just the tip. Like, you guys gonna start to see more and more things happening, like videos being shared of like the people acting different. It's not just the protesters and ICE and the National Guard. It's actually the people. Like, you're gonna see people falling, like something about breathing. They can't breathe. They can't breathe. I don't know, there's like some type of smoke gas or something's happening. There's a spiritual attack happening in Minnesota. That's basically what's happening. There's a spiritual attack, some type of spiritual warfare that's happening in Minnesota because Minnesota has some type of grid there, a spiritual grid or some type of spiritual energy that's very, very strong. It's very potent. Because of that, it's strong at a certain time period. Because of that, a lot of things happen there to get the energy to grow, to get a large group of people to react. Okay, but people are not reacting the same. However, chaos is being brought up, and I'm getting like this, whatever the spiritual grid, spiritual energy, it's like a opening for something to come in, or opening of negative energy, like a vortex, a void. But it's a spiritual attack. Okay, someone's sending spiritual attack in Minnesota. Minneapolis. Something about a gas. I don't know why I keep getting gas. Like, people, it's hard for people to breathe. Like, I'm getting like green smoke. Green smoke. You guys, it's bad. Okay, you guys don't know what's going on. Like, you're just thinking that, oh, people protesting against ICE and it's like so bad. No. This is spiritual attack. Like, those who can see, like the shamans, the spiritual warriors, the spiritual fighters. There's different kinds. Like we got the priestess. There's a group of priestess that they hide in secret what they know, but they fight like behind the scenes. But they're gonna be sent out there because they know what's going on. They can see these spirits. Okay, you're gonna see shamans, spirit fighters. Spirit fighters, I found out there's certain spirit fighters that we know today that used to be spirit fighters back then. If that makes sense. Like firefighters back then used to be spirit fighters. They used to fight spirits, believe it or not. That's something I came to know with my gift. It's hot in my car. Hold on. My car is off. But yeah, I keep seeing gas and like I don't know if you guys remember those little masks that they used to wear like during the it's very back in the day. I forgot what the mask is called, but I remember seeing that in history class. Yeah, it's bad. But I keep seeing green smoke, gas, and it's hard for people to breathe. Okay, so something's about to happen where it's the people acting strange, not just with ICE and National Guard and the protester. It's like people there. You know, pay attention to what's happening. Videos that's being shared of people in Minneapolis acting strange and dropping on the floor, fainting, hard for them to breathe. Okay, and there's something about green smoke. I don't know what that green smoke is. But you're going to see a lot of priestess there, monks, okay, and shamans, the real ones. Okay, these are real ones that they don't come and tell you that, oh, they're a shaman. They're a spirit fighter. They know about these things and they keep that, you know, hidden because a lot of people don't know about this. A lot of people are going to be afraid if they know about, oh, wait, spirits exist. There's like paranormal things that exist. Like people don't believe in that shit unless you're in the know, unless you're in it. So you're going to see them coming out. Watch, pay attention. You're going to see a whole bunch of them. The priestess, the shamans, the monks, and different spiritual fighters. There's different kinds. I know like there's something about certain Catholics people. They are part of it too. Believe it or not. None. There's different religion that knows about it, but like they hide within that religion. I don't know, it's weird. They hide. It's like something that it cannot be talked about in public. But a lot of people that's tapped in, they're gonna start getting these channel messages about Minnesota, what's happening, because what's happening now. This is just the beginning. People just protesting, like people are focusing on the protest. It's gonna get more and more because the energy is gonna get stronger. It's something about that energy. I don't know what this spiritual grid is. Whatever the spiritual grid is powerful. It's powerful. I don't know. Oh, is there is anybody from Minnesota? Is anybody from there? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Is anybody from Minnesota, Minneapolis, anything like that? Because now I'm getting something. I don't know. Is there a nuclear plant there? I gotta look that up. A nuclear plant in Minnesota, Minneapolis. I don't know. I'm not from there, so how would I know? Unless I dig deeper. But something about a nuclear plant. I don't know why I'm being shown that right now. But I see green smoke, people fainting, hard to breathe. And then the nuclear plant. And then some of these people are wearing masks. It's a certain mask that is very old school. Okay, like it reminds me of like back in the day, something that I read in the history books. I forgot where I saw these masks from what time period, but I remember I saw these masks before. But I'm seeing people wearing that is like to protect themselves from the smoke, this small like green gas. It's like they're protecting themselves, but they're not part of ICE. They're not part of the National Guard. They're part of something else, which I feel like they're shamans, part of the Catholic Church, or these priestess that fights these spirits. I don't know what they are, but they're coming down because they know what's up. Like it's a lot of weird things happening. I don't know. I gotta look deeper into this, because now I'm seeing something about gas. But yeah, I wanted to like share that with you guys because I did chat on this yesterday. So like, you know what? Let me share this with my subscribers, especially those who live there, because I know that a lot of people are having a hard time on what's going on with, just dealing with ICE. But like now they have ICE. What's going on with the protesters with ICE, National Guard, and then now I'm hearing something about spiritual attacks, spiritual warfare. I'm like, what? Like what? So it's a lot into it. So a lot of people is going through it right now in Minneapolis, but it's not just with, the injustice with ICE and the government. It's more to this, you guys. And I feel bad for these people, but I know help is on the way. Help is coming when it comes to the spiritual side. As far as ICE, I already said, I don't know if I shared that video on this channel or my TikTok, but I said that ICE is going to go down because I did see a lot of people suing ICE. Okay, like there's going to be a major lawsuit. Like there's a lot of stuff going against ICE. But whatever's happening to these people, I do feel bad for them, but I know that help is coming. Help is definitely coming. Tamara says she's from Europe, but I'm following your situation. Wow. Yeah. It's everywhere online. Like even if you're not from Minneapolis, I'm sure that you guys heard of what's going on. It's everywhere. It's viral. It's like I feel for these people. A lot of people, like especially it's cold. It's very cold out there. Like the last time I heard it was like they said it was like 20 degrees. Oh, thank you, Janae. Yeah, she said yes. There's 2 nuclear plant in Minnesota. Whoa, and then Minnesota is called like the Twin Cities. The Twin Cities. The Twin. What's with that energy? There's 2 nuclear plants. There's something about the nuclear plants because I saw that. I saw gas, a green gas, mind you. People wearing masks, people fainting. It's hard for them to breathe. I don't know what's going on with that. That's what I channel and that's what I see in the vision. I'm channeling like a spiritual attack, but this is like warfare right here. Warfare. So Janae said that there's 2 nuclear plants in Minnesota. So that's what I channeled. There's something about the nuclear plant. There's something about a spiritual grid. I got to know what the spiritual grid. I'm gonna dig more into it, like channel more with my cards and meditate on it. I want to know more about this spiritual grid because there's something about a spiritual grid that's very powerful. There's something about the twin energies, the twin cities, spiritual grid, and I keep seeing like electric current, like something like electric going down like a power line. There's some, yeah, it's about to be a shit show, but I do feel for the people, but I just know that help is coming. I did channel that as well. Help will be coming there. What should they say? I just googled it. That's what I was gonna do after this because I just channeled the nuclear plant. So I'm like, what? But yeah, I'm gonna look deep into this afterwards so I can see more. But I kept channeling spiritual attack, spiritual warfare. That's what's happening. And then I'm getting spiritual shamans, monks coming, spiritual fighters. They're all going there. You're gonna see a whole bunch of them. So I do feel for these people. They're sending a lot of prayers to the people in Minnesota because they're gonna need it. Okay, and they're gonna have help, but a lot of prayers to them. I feel bad because I see the videos. I'm like, this. First of all, it's already cold. Like I saw a video, it's cold up there. So knowing that they're out there protesting, ain't no way. They should have stayed their ass home. Don't be protesting in the damn cold. It is way too cold for all that. Like, if you guys see the videos, you see people like faces like with ice and like I'm like, dude, like why are you guys out there? It is too cold for all that. It is way too cold. All right, you guys, I'm gonna leave that there. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I miss you guys. I can't wait to do my lives again. It's just I'm in school. I just have to focus on that. I'm almost done. So once I'm done, I'm gonna come back. But I just had to come through, let you guys know what's going on. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Jackie B. Thank you, everybody that jumped on. And thank you for the likes, you guys. See ya later.